Very happy to be here and happy to see so many of you here. So I just want to say welcome to the Norristown residents, our esteemed guests who are going to make some remarks throughout the afternoon. Definitely our artists who worked so hard on this piece of work, our officials, administrators, and political representatives, and most of all, our supporters of the arts here in Norristown. Your presence today marks a great appreciation for and a recognition of the importance of continuing the legacy of rich history in Norristown, while at the same time demonstrating a great show of hope and promise for a newly developing and brighter future in Norristown. This beautiful mural, which we're here to honor and celebrate today, is the embodiment of history, legacy, hope, and promise for our future. It represents a desire to maintain what we love about this community, while at the same time embracing change that will help Norristown to be recognized by its surrounding communities and surrounding peers for its positive qualities, for its positive contributions to the greater area, and for its positive outlook on the future as a whole in our region. You have to ask yourself, what do you see when you look into this mural? What do you see when you look into this mural? The first time we were asked that question as a community was on a night not so long ago at Municipal Hall. And I'll admit, on that night, I did not look into this mural and see the same things that I later began to see and the things that I see in it today. I may be preaching to the choir with the crowd we have here because you're all supporters of what's going on, but there may be some people here who still do not like what they see or might not understand what they see, or really haven't come to terms with the fact that we actually have a mural from Philadelphia on our walls in our community. But at its inception, the project was met by many in our community with opposition, severe distaste, and a lot of fear. There was fear of what others might think about Norristown with a mural on its wall and what message that would send. There was a fear about why would we let a different community come into our community and administer their vision of art on our walls. But what we saw was a draft that was later to be a piece of this work. Some didn't like the colors, some loved the colors. Some didn't like the images, some thought the images were great. Some said this was much too small. Some said it wasn't big enough and wanted it on more walls than just this one. The list goes on. But when we finally got the piece on the wall, there was still murmuring. Some called it hideous. Some absolutely thought it was the most wonderful thing they'd ever seen. Many said the piece was nice, but maybe this billboard should go away, or maybe the Victoria sign should be moved to a different location, or even this electrical box. But that's a futile exercise, or it's an exercise in futility to start there, because where do you stop? When we get to a point where maybe we just have a wall with nothing else around it, a mural on it, and no town behind it? This is a city, so we have to embrace what's here. But the fact that all these things were being said is of great importance. It's of great importance because, as art, the mural was doing and is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's to elicit a response, to foster creativity within us, and also to inspire thought. We are a community of people who together are uniquely sharing this common geographical space, common experiences, in this common portion of time in history. These simple facts connect us in no way, or in a way that no other people are specifically connected to us as a community here in Norristown. What is important about the expression of ideas about the mural is that whether the messages are positive or negative, that they are bringing people together in discussion as a community. The mere fact that we are talking proves that this art is doing its job. What I see when I look at this work now is a sophisticated piece of work of which we should be proud. It possesses artistic elements that challenge us as a community to look at something new and in a different way than we usually might. This mural is going to be here for a while, so when you look at it, take your time. There's no pressure, there's no immediacy, and too often we rush to judgment with new things. We're in a hurry to point out all the things that are wrong with the situation. The beauty of having something like this is that it becomes part of the city instead of an imposing or opposing or demanding force. If we remove things here, if we remove the billboard, if we remove the other things, it won't be our town. This is a city. We're lucky enough to be in this small metropolis out here in the suburban region of Philadelphia. We are unlike any other community that exists. So there is room for all the facets and features of a city just as they are. So in this case, let's not run to point out what is wrong, but for a change, let's hurry to point out what is right about this situation. Thank you all for coming. I think it's beautiful just as it is, and most important, it's ours, and nobody can take that away.